Today is finally my first day off of work since I moved in. And initially my thoughts were, this is great. I'm going to have the whole day to record videos. I'm going to record so many videos because for the entirety of my moving process, I have been making each day's video the day that I make it and moving. So whereas before moving, I was usually like a day, sometimes two, but usually just one day ahead on videos. So it removed the stress of having to make a video because if I didn't make one, I'd be okay. I already had one ready. But by removing that stress, it allowed me to be a little bit more creative and just kind of make whatever I want. But this moving process, not having any videos prepared ahead of time was a nightmare. And so, yeah, I was hoping to make a ton of videos today. I didn't make any. It's like 10:30 at night. And I'm just quick recording this to throw it up on the channel. I had a whole bunch of adulting I had to handle, a bunch of like mail, and it's the open enrollment period for my insurance, and that's like something that is so far beyond the scope of what this channel is right now. So I do not have the understanding of the American health insurance system, nor the time at this moment to make any videos about that. So I'm still not done with it. I've spent pretty much the entire day on that. I mean, I did some other things first, and but yeah, most of the day was spent on that and some distraction and watching YouTube videos of like the website, or the like insurance website would link me to a YouTube video about insurance, and then I'd see a recommendation about motorcycles and be like, ooh, that's a cool video. And I'd watch that. Yeah, so that took up a lot of my day. Also, I would like to take back something I had said in a previous moving vlog about them not doing a very good job about the snow removal around here with the new apartment. I was unaware of this, that apparently using salt to remove ice only works within a certain temperature range, and it's actually possible for it to be too cold for the salt to work on the ice. And so instead they use sand just to give you a little bit of extra grip on top of the ice, just to kind of tide you over until it warms up enough for the salt to work. I never knew this. So yeah, of course they did a terrible job removing the ice from the sidewalk because there was nothing they could do. The salt just wouldn't work, which explains why, like, not the highway, but the country back roads were atrocious. They were disgusting. And it was like, everything was like gross looking too because of all the sand everywhere. And this was before I found out about this. I'm like, what is wrong with the roads? They've never been this bad. I've been driving this road not my whole life, but like since I got my license. It's never been this bad. It's just never been this cold. Well, I mean, it's been this cold, but very rarely, and I guess I just never noticed, or maybe never drove on that road when it was that cold. Regardless, that's interesting. That's new, something I never knew before. What else did I want to talk about? There was a few other things. I didn't want to edit this video, but now I'm pausing. Fine, I'll do a little bit of editing. So I'll pause, so I'll stop the recording, try to think of what else I was going to say, and then start the recording again. Anyways. I also got a guy in here this morning to put in a temporary fix on the tub. For anyone who hasn't seen my other moving vlogs, there's a crack in the tub, and it's like squishy underneath there, and water like gets underneath the tub. So they put in a temporary fix because the guy who's going to come do the actual inspection, try to figure out how to actually fix it, is just really booked up right now. So that was nice, and what was also nice is this new guy that just came in to do the temporary fix today, with flex tape. I mean, I guess whatever works. He agreed with me finally that whoever did the inspection on this place between the previous renters and me did not do a very good job, because there was the crack in the tub, there was the washer that leaks, there was dog food still under the heat registers. Like, the profession, you're required to hire a professional carpet cleaner here before you move out. So like when I move out, I will have to hire a professional carpet cleaner. I don't know who they hired, but they did not do a good job. There was an outlet plate missing, cover. I haven't even gotten time to try the dishwasher or the oven yet. Hopefully those will work. But yeah, that was nice to have someone from the property management company that agrees with me. That way they are aware that these things are not my fault. I didn't cause them. I didn't drop anything in the tub. I haven't fallen in the tub. The crack was already there before I got here. The wash machine was already leaky before I tried it. Today was also mostly food free. Every once in a while I'll just not eat for an entire day on purpose, because most of the time I eat a lot, because for a couple of years I was like going to the gym fairly consistently and eating a lot of protein and trying to like stay hydrated and build muscle, and it's not worked that well. It's done a little bit. I used to be like really chicken arms, but it's done a little bit, but it's a long, difficult process to put on muscle. Regardless, I've gotten into a habit of just eating a lot all the time. And yesterday, very long story short, I was on like 3 hours of sleep. I had my first caffeine in like 6 months, and I had a lot of it. And I had like 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is equivalent to like 2 strong cups of coffee. And for anyone who isn't aware, caffeine is a diuretic, and it ravaged my intestines. So by the end of last night, I was just really not feeling good, and I was like, you know what, today I'm gonna just have water all day, no food. Well, I kind of gave in. I had a little bit for breakfast, and then I finished off a bag of pretzels, which I regret eating those. But yeah, that's something nice to do once in a while, to just take a break from food and to know that you're physically capable of going a day without food, which sounds so silly to say, but when you're like me and you're eating all the time and you rarely go 2 hours without eating, it oddly becomes an unusual experience to allow myself to not eat for long enough to actually feel hungry. And it's weird that feels weird to me. And so maybe I'll just do it again tomorrow. It's probably been 8+ years since the last time I've gone like more than a day without eating. And it's only like every other month or something like that when I decide to just skip one day. And I just kind of do it at random whenever I feel like I need to. But yeah, what I was saying before is like, it's a good thing to know that you're capable of doing that, because like if something were to ever happen where suddenly I don't have access to food, what if like our transportation systems shut down, or the gas stations, what if the power grid goes down and we can't pump gas, and now we can't ship more food up here, and suddenly there's no food available and I gotta like ration my food. You know, you never know what's gonna happen. It's good to like be ready for anything. And so if something like that were to happen, the panic obviously would set in and make the starvation so much worse. Versus if I'm used to feeling hungry, then it's not gonna bug me as much. Another thing I've noticed since moving in is the echoiness, the reverb, the open sound of this room has been oddly unsettling, even though this is what most rooms sound like. This is what a normal room sounds like, mostly. Well, nah, I guess it sounds a bit more echoey than it normally would because I don't have all my furniture here yet. But to me, it just sounds way too echoey, and it's gonna take some getting used to, because for the last 4 to 5 years I was living in my studio. If you look at my older videos, I had my acoustic foam in the background like you would see in a recording studio. I lived in that room, or not that room specifically, but like I had that foam on the wall. Every time I would move somewhere, I would put that up on the wall because it would make the room sound nicer on the camera. And I'm definitely aware that the audio probably sounds horrible right now. Probably has sounded horrible for like the last week worth of videos, but I just have not had the time to go get my foam yet, and I would rather have videos with not the best audio quality than no videos, but I've already said that in a billion other videos. Back to the point, yeah, when I first created my sound room, my studio foam, it was like unsettlingly quiet, but I very quickly got used to it, and it was just really nice and peaceful to be in such a silent room. And I got used to it very quickly, but anytime my friends would come over, or my parents at the time when I was still living with them, when they would come into my room, they would just get like very uncomfortable with how quiet it was. And so living in that intense quiet for such a long time, now like a normal amount of feedback is like unsettling to me in the way that the silence was unsettling to them. Which is just interesting. But I definitely am bringing my foam here. I'm gonna have to experiment with some command hooks and figure out how to hang this stuff, because I don't want to be putting a bunch of holes in the walls, and I'm not gonna be gluing it to the walls, because not only does that ruin the walls, but it ruins the foam too, and then you gotta throw it out and buy new foam every time you move, and that's expensive. So my foam is actually glued to like giant cardboard sheets. That's another video. I'll talk about that later. Anyways, I gotta bring more furniture here, I gotta bring my foam here, and that'll get rid of the echo, mostly, and make it sound like a normal apartment. I don't know, this is just kind of a little rambly video, because today was, like I said, I wanted to make a whole bunch of videos, but I just kind of didn't. I just decided to take the time to just, like, settle in a little bit. I still have a lot of unpacking to do. I still have a lot more stuff to move here, mainly just the bigger furniture items, which hopefully I might bring some of that over tomorrow. Yeah, I just took the day to just kind of settle in and get used to the place a little bit, and do adulting, try to get health insurance. Because I guess that's the thing that I gotta do now. Oh yeah, and I have tomorrow off work as well, which is fantastic. To have 2 days off in a row, it's been a long time since I've had that, so I'm just gonna really enjoy that. But how was your day? How was, what you been up to lately? How you feeling? How you handling the cold, dark winter? The days are getting longer, slowly and surely. I know it doesn't seem like it at all, but they are getting longer. Winter should be leaving soon. Please get it out of here. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully better content will be on the way soon, now that I've kind of taken some time to just try to relax a little bit, just settle into the space. I still have so many video ideas, but you know, it's just a matter of time. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Subscribe if you haven't already and you want to see more, and take care.